this book.
I'm gonna explain how I never read the book, how it made me actually like reading, and I'll give you some book recommendation, whether you're just starting or you already read as a hobby and money pick. For context, I read for fun, same vibe as watching YouTube, just like you're doing now.
Wait a minute!
As Indonesians, reading never felt fun for most of us, and yeah, I 100% agree. When I was growing up, there were no local libraries, no bookstore, nothing. I literally lived in the middle of nowhere in Indonesia. Literally.
Hey, I'm Here.
And to be fair, people in big city probably had bookstore and better access. But for someone like me, growing up in tiny village, books were basically non-existent. The only books I had were textbooks from school. Even the school library, mostly just another textbook. So the mindset was always books equal grades equal exam. That's it.
Check. Fast forward, first year of college, I want to improve my English, especially my reading comprehension. So I tried reading short story, but hate it and boring. At the moment, watching YouTube felt way better for learning English, and when I tried reading books, it just wasn't for me. But then, one day, YouTube recommended a video. A girl was holding a book. I was like, okay, one last chance. I searched for the book and started reading it. And boom! Thank you, YouTube. Thanks, English.
Thanks internet. Maybe I was just dumb. But seriously, I never knew a book could talk about happiness.
I always thought books were only for school or academics. Turns out, there are way more interesting books out there. Since then, I've loved reading. And for anyone who say, reading isn't for me, maybe you just haven't found the right book yet, just like I did.
Lu so asik bangsa.
Stop it.
So sorry for the chaotic edit, potato quality video, and me being cringe on camera. But hey, you survive. Alright, let's jump into the book recommendation. These are books you can usually finish in 1 to 3 days based on my experience. Dylan series. I never watched the movie, but because the movie is based on the books, I gave it a chance. Is it cheesy? Yes. Is it good? Also yes. Bumi and Bulan, Harry Potter vibes but Indonesian. Seporsi mie ayam sebelum mati, Sabtu bersama Bapak, Teka-teki rumah aneh, Puan para anjing, Gadis minimarket, or Convenience store woman. Next, focus on Indonesian books. Bumi Manusia by Pram and also Anak Semua Bangsa is colonial era themes. Laut bercerita about college student in the 19th, and Cantik Itu Luka. Next, if you are Wibu, give it a try Japanese novels. Keajaiban Toko Kelontong Namiya, Days at the Morisaki Bookshop, based in Jimbotsu, Japan, is literally a book town with tons of second-hand bookstores. Bochan by Natsume Soseki. And if we talk about Japanese authors, of course, Haruki Murakami. I even have 3 of his physical books, Kronik Burung Pegas, Norwegian Wood, Orang Pertama Tunggal. Then Dunia Kafka or Kafka on the Shore, and even his short story like The 100% Perfect Girl and Yesterday are great reads. Murakami has a unique way of expressing a character's feeling, and I don't know, something about his imagination mixed with Japanese themes just feels perfect. Next, the vibe is classical or literature and kinda philosophical. Metamorphosa Samsa. The first line in this book is, as Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect. Bro, it hits different. Orang Asing and Sampar by Albert Camus. Dunia Sophie. This book is always described as introduction to learning philosophy, Binatangisme, Sang Alchemist, and Perempuan di Titik Nol. Okay, non-fiction. Of course, Mark Manson, The Subtle Art Not Giving a... Next, Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday, The Art of Thinking Clearly, talk about biases, learning how to learn. This one is really worth reading. And from an Indonesian author, Philosophy Teras by Henry Manampiring. And then for history or science, Sapiens. I recommend the graphic edition because it's easier to digest. Homo Deus. This is basically the next chapter of Sapiens. Homo Deus was also the first physical books I ever bought because it was so good, I had to buy it. For me, Homo Deus is the best non-fiction book I've read so far. Next is The Magic of Reality, graphic edition, Misteri-misteri tentang ruang dan waktu, graphic edition 2, and origin story. Last, if you want to improve your English and easy to read, then The Happiness Equation, obviously. The Midnight Library, this book about regret, so if you have a regret, just read this. Ready Player One, already mentioned, Days at the Murasaki Bookshop and Learning How to Learn. And my favorite fiction so far, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Astronaut, cosmic vibes, pure perfection. I won't spoil anything, but even though it's written in English and talks about science and astronomy, it's still super easy to understand. It's done. I hope if you have free time, you give reading a book a chance again. If you don't find a book interesting, skip it, okay? Pick another one. Treat books like music or YouTube. If it's not interesting, just try another one. And if you have book recommendation, drop them in the comments. That's it. Thanks for watching.